Hi everyone, let's jump straight into the demonstration of what our market profile can do. So if I just drag it on the chart, you will be presented with this screen first. There's Bob, the ambush predator, which is our logo, and there's the name of the indicator, Blahtech market profile. So now if I click on inputs, you will get like a multitude of parameters, and I will explain these towards the end of the video. The indicator is very customizable, as you will see very soon. For now, I'm just going to change a couple of things for the demo. I'm going to change the number of days to look back to 14. And I'm also going to change the TPO size to be slightly bigger so that we can see what's going on. Okay. So once it's on the chart, you will get this extra window at the bottom where you will find a summary of the market profile information. So you have value area high, point of control, value area low, composite day, rotation factor, the number of TPOs, and the tick size. The next thing to notice are the TPO letters, the time price opportunities. There's one on the left side representing the previous day, i.e. yesterday, and one on the right hand side representing today's profile, i.e. current profile. And this profile on the right is also where you will see the active developing profile displayed. Okay, let's get on to hotkeys. Pressing letter H on your keyboard brings up the hotkey dialog. Right, there it is. And I'm going to go through all of these now. Let's start with the easy ones. Pressing letter C will temporarily clear all market profile related objects on the chart. Your other objects, like if you have some horizontal charts or some text, they will still be there. So if I go ahead and press C now, the only thing that disappears is the Blahtech profile related objects. Pressing letter C again will bring them back up. Okay. Right, next up is letter R, which is the reset key. So pressing letter R on your keyboard will reset any changes caused by the hotkeys. So if you accidentally press a key that you didn't want to press and suddenly weird things start to happen, you can just press letter R and it will reset it back to its original state. Next up is the inline charts, which is the graphical display of the profile. I'm going to bring them up now by pressing letter N for November. Now, hotkey N has 3 functions that you can cycle through by pressing it multiple times, and that goes for most of the hotkeys. They all have some kind of a loop. So pressing it once brings up this graphic overlay. Pressing it twice will bring up the volume profile display underneath the regular one. Pressing it for the 3rd time will hide the normal profile and will only display the volume profile, as you can see here. And finally, pressing it for the 4th time will get rid of the graphic display before this loop starts again. Okay. Then we have letter M from Mike. M brings up the overall volume profile display to the right side of the chart. And much like the inline chart display, this one also cycles through. So we have just the TPO profile, then we have the TPO and volume profile together until it finally only displays overall volume on its own. Okay. Next up is letter L. L is very simple. It just brings up these extra 2 dashed lines, which is basically high and low of the session. So it's your session range. It also has a loop. So the market profile actually already starts with value area on the chart. So once you have that, pressing letter L multiple times will bring up the session range. Then pressing it once more will remove the value area and the extended range completely from the chart before the loop starts again. Okay, coming up now is letter V. Letter V hides the TPO prices and the letters, so these things on the left-hand side and right-hand side. So pressing it once gets rid of them. Pressing it twice displays only the letters. Pressing it for the third time brings back the prices, and finally the fourth time gets rid of them. Okay. Next up is letter J, which stands for chart joins. This feature simply splits the rows of the graphic display. So if you just watch here, if I press J once, it will add a single row, like a single line between the TPO rows. And then if you press it once more, it adds a double line. Okay? And then pressing it again will bring up the seamless chart. Okay. Next up is letter K. K does a similar thing as J, but only for this overall volume on the right-hand side. So it adds rows onto the volume profile. It's the same cycle, except the default is the single line, and then pressing it once brings up the double line, and the third press makes it seamless. And finally we come to the backtest mode. So if I, that's letter B. So if I go ahead and press the letter B, you will see that as I begin to click through the chart going back in time, the profile will be displayed exactly as it was at that particular time. And this feature is very useful for backtesting your strategies, because it allows you to kind of quickly see what works and what doesn't without the pain of forward testing. And if you wanted to see the backtest in real time, if you hold down Control button and then without pressing the mouse, you just drag it across the chart, as you will see, this tracks the profile as it happened during the session in question, including the letters on the side. So if you watch the right-hand side, the letters change too. So it tracks the entire profile intraday changes. It's pretty cool. Okay, so to switch off the backtest mode, we press B again. Okay, and now I'm just going to quickly run you through some of the customizable features of the indicator. If I bring up the inputs again, there are lots of things that you can change here. And this first part is all about the schedules or sessions. So intervals, this is where you can set how far back in history you want the market profile to display. And this period can be set to days, weeks, months, quarters, or even years. And then you have things like the customizable TPO period. Ours is obviously set to 30 minutes by default, which is taught by Jim Dalton, who's the father of market profile. If you wish to use larger time frames, now this is where the previous field comes in handy. You could set it to like larger periods, like I don't know, a daily period, and then use this to set it to months, quarters, or years to see what went on. Then these next four fields, they're different hard-coded session start and end times. And just to quickly summarize this, we have 4 customizable sessions, which we have set by default to New York, London, Asia, and Frankfurt. Okay. The TPO active schedules parameter gives you the information of which schedule will be displayed as the developing active session. So you can set that to whichever session you're currently in. The rest of the parameter blocks are mostly concerned with colors of lines and fonts and stuff. So if you really wish to know what each of them do, you can go to our website, which is www.blahtech.co.uk/products, where you will find a downloadable manual for the Blahtech market profile indicator, which explains each of these features in depth. And now let's finish the presentation by putting in another session in here in the active schedules. Okay, so now I've set it to have the London session, which is like this pinky line, and the New York session, which is the purple lines. So if I add the graphical overlays and the volume, you now have both New York and London profiles on the chart with their respective graphical displays. Thanks for watching, and we hope that you enjoy using our market profile indicator.